will be making it home today. We do have one more stop we got to make. We're going to have to make one fuel stop at Winslow. We're also going to stop at that Love's and purchase a power inverter for Garrett's car. So that's going to be one of many projects we need to work on over the next several days. I did receive word that the front push bar for Garrett's car is also at my house, among several other packages. So well, I think there's going to be a couple things that I just won't have time to get done while I'm down in Arizona the first time. If Garrett's still around come mid-month, we'll wrap up the last couple projects. I do have an idea for a weather station that's a little bit more low-key for Garrett to run, so he can still have weather data, but not have to have this big clunky thing up top. First time back to the house in about 3 months. Of course, it's to go move out, but you know, still, it's gonna feel weird sleeping in my own bed again, like the bed that I really considered mine for the past several years. Yeah, happy 4th of July, everybody. Hope you guys are enjoying your day and have fun plans. Garrett and I plan to, if we can find a spot, launch fireworks and live stream it for the members over on StormRunner Media. So find a spot to go do that. Exactly that will be, I'm not sure. I do have an idea, possibly, of someplace to go. I'll have to talk to Garrett about it, but I do have a spot potentially in mind where we'd kind of be out of the way, away from people, because, you know, we don't want to be too disturbing, but, you know, we want to light off the fireworks we bought. So how long until home? Probably about 3 hours. We have, let's see, to Winslow, an hour and 5 minutes to Winslow. So got about an hour to Winslow, and then once we hit Winslow, probably, actually it'd be, yeah, okay, yeah, I think probably about 3.5 hours. So, well, no, see, that doesn't make sense, though. Because my house to Flagstaff is about an hour and a half, I thought, but I don't think it's 30 minutes from Flagstaff to Winslow, so I'm like, the math isn't mathing, you know what I mean? But I think from here we're about 3 hours from home. I think, but I don't know for sure. Stream that will ever happen with the full setup from the 4Runner. And we're still going to be doing the stream from the phone, at least for a little bit on our drive up to Oregon. I don't know if we're going to stream that entire drive. If Garrett comes with me, that'll kind of be a group decision. If it's just me, then I'll probably just stream mostly the whole thing. But you know, we'll see what he wants to do. Because we'll probably try and incorporate members-only content over on the StormRunner Media channel too. Once we actually get home, I'm going to make a public community post, because I know like the members over there have been updated and you guys have been updated here, but then there's a lot of people who like we chased on July 20 or June 28th and then pretty much fell off the face of the earth, and so do need to address some things there. behind me going ultra slow this whole trip. Feel bad. David, what's up? Welcome in, Sonia. We can get to Winslow in about 2.5 hours. I forget where you're at, Rob. Yeah, what I meant by the full setup was, you know, this camera that I can turn, point up all over the place on this mount. This camera, obviously, roof camera. That's all going to get moved over to Garrett's car very shortly. Something that I needed to get for Garrett's car that I completely spaced on. So I'm trying to like order that ASAP. sure some of you guys have probably already been discussing this, but what's everyone's plans for the holiday today? If you guys have plans. What's up, Fearless Wolf? Yeah, Linda, I agree, and you're welcome. Figured I'd come on here and go live for a couple hours. I'm trying to think of a spot to go do them that's not going to be disruptive. And I'm realizing the one spot that I'm thinking of is sort of near the Prescott Airport. So I'm assuming I probably can't do anything over there. I don't know. Startup, yeah, my roommate's dog is like that. What's up, Erica? Oh, it's your 25th anniversary. Well, happy anniversary. I'm sorry that it may not seem like a very happy anniversary today, but happy anniversary nonetheless. Probably 3 hours, actually. We were far. I mean, when we started this drive, we were... How far away were we? Like 26 hours from home? After spending a few days there, I'm going to be moving home back to Oregon. Garrett's behind me. I lost him behind a couple trucks, but he's back there. My destination set to Winslow. We got to stop at the Loves there. How many hours left? Probably about 3. If I had to guess. Like I said, I just have this Love's put in my GPS. I'm 38 minutes away right now. I just lost him because I got ahead of a truck that eventually cut him off. He's back behind me again. Yeah, Karen, that's what I think. I think it's something that's good. Is he's getting time to get used to the car. So that I definitely think is a positive. Yeah, I do. I wasn't really planning on asking for donations or anything on this stream. This is just for your guys' enjoyment more than anything. But yeah, let me put the links below, just for anybody that may want them. Those are all 3 donation links, so Linda, no, she's not. She's done. She's old and beat up and can't afford to completely kill it yet. It's not completely dead yet, but I need to keep it that way for several more years. You're welcome, guys. Very welcome. Good to see you too, Valerie. I decided that, I did promise to stream the entire drive. I was hoping that would just be across 2 days instead of 3, but here we are. No worries, Tanith. Your way. Is part 2 available? Part 2 should be available to watch. Part 3 should be available to watch. All of them should be public. I can double check, but they should all be public. make it down to Phoenix again, Susan, I will let you know. There's a chance that I do mid-month, because actually, given the time constraints, what's actually happening now is heading back home for today through the 7th, basically, and then I'm leaving on the 8th. In that time, my main focus is getting Garrett's car ready. I'm going to start packing up some of my stuff, and I'm going to get the 4Runner decommissioned, but like, as far as like actually packing up my life and moving myself from Arizona to Oregon, that's going to happen sometime between the 16th and the 23rd. So there's a decent chance that I end up back in Phoenix somewhere around that time, Susan. So I might be able to swing by there. Yeah, Willie, I think I saw that too. People love to Hellcat swap things. Lost to do in just 2 weeks. Yeah, Earth, you're telling me. Even though I'm not working in the month of July, I'm still working. I'm just not going to be paid for any of it. Almost makes me want to take August off, just to actually have a little bit of just like even just like half of the month, just to have like a little bit of time to like actually fully relax. But to be fair, I am also going to Hawaii for the last week of July, so I think that'll be my allotted relaxation time, and then when I get back, it'll be time to just lock in. Yeah, Twilight, I did, but I don't know, certain hotels I just don't sleep very well in. Last night was one of those times. I started waking up around like 5 a.m. and I just could not get consistent sleep. But I used to not mind it. But now, for some reason, it does kind of bother me. Garrett has to sleep with the TV on. He's one of those people. And I used to be similar, like I'd be fine, like with, I need to fall asleep usually listening to something. Like I used to have to fall asleep listening to a YouTube video or something like that. But it was the audio, like I just couldn't fall asleep to silence. Not so much like having something on, like the brightness of the TV now just really, really bothers me. So that's kind of another nice thing about me stepping away, is I don't really have to deal with having a TV on at night. But also, to be fair, my sleeping preferences have kind of adjusted, because whenever I'm home, like at least when I'm with Sasha, that I don't really have like my headphones in or anything. Like I've learned to fall asleep like a normal person. I got used to that, and now it's like if there's a TV on, it just really bugs me. So couldn't sleep very well because of that. And then it was like I forgot to close the blinds last night too, so then when like the sun came up at like 6:30, that started bugging me too. So it just, I probably got like 5 hours, which I can't really complain about, because honestly, like that's on the lower end of average for me. Hell, there was a point in time when I'd get 5 hours and I'd consider that a really good night of sleep. Yeah, see, I feel like Snorster, that was very much like it fit the car, that specific car at the time, because it was a Forester. Now, granted, you could make the argument about StormRunner, like that's not a 4Runner, but at least that's the name of the channel. And also, like, I started calling it the Snorster because Garrett used to very much have a problem with falling asleep, even mid-chase. Sometimes he'd fall asleep. He doesn't really do that anymore. He got a lot better about that this season, so I feel like it just doesn't fit as much. got a Love's in 10 miles, and then they built another one 22 miles later. What was the point of that? Hey, what's up, Justin? Good to see you. Am I getting married in Hawaii? I wish. No. Nope. I don't think I'll ever be able to afford to do that. Not even just for myself, but like I couldn't afford to fly out 20 wedding guests to Hawaii. Like there's no chance that would ever happen. But it does sound nice. Passed away 6 years ago. I'm just sleep. Keep TV on to sleep. I'm sorry about that, Francis, but I definitely understand that. Yeah, I used to be the type that wanted to have a light on. If I could, I'd have a TV on. Like that's how I'd sleep. But nowadays, I'm like, I definitely want all the lights off. Maybe I'm listening to something. Maybe I have my headphones in. I'm like listening to like a YouTube video, like quietly. But like I said, over the last year, I've gotten used to just falling asleep to like if you just have like a window open, just that little bit of noise. What's up? Have I proposed yet? No, I have not. To this point, it's been mainly a long distance relationship, so I'd like to have a little bit of time where I'm living in the same state as her before I just immediately like bam. That, and I can't afford a ring right now. All of my money went into this thing that we've been doing. Like this little changing up careers will also allow me to be able to actually afford other things besides my job. Both in terms of time and in terms of money. Get married with Mount Rainier in the background. It's a good idea. Something most men struggle with. Yeah, certainly I've struggled with. I mean, my dad and I talked last night. He approached me with a business idea that personally would really intrigue me, but it's definitely more of a single man's game. He wants to break into the auto transport business, and he'd want me to be his driver. And I was like, I feel like I'd be really good at that. But it sort of defeats the purpose of moving home to be able to be home a lot more, because then I'm just going to be on the road working a lot again. So I think sometimes you just have to make sacrifices for that sort of thing. You have a short story? Do tell. I will. I'm not rushing anything. Whimsical Chaos, what's up? outside, so I can't use headphones. Well, I mean like the little like earbuds. I use Raycon wireless earbuds. I mean, same thing with AirPods or anything like that. Like you can still sleep on your side and do that. Exactly, JR. And I wasn't particularly interested in that business idea that my dad had, just because I think it's going to pay super well. It's like, I think I'm pretty good at driving long distances. I feel like I've gotten pretty damn good at that. So if I were to venture into something like that, I'm pretty confident that I would excel at it. Sometimes you know you met the right person. Absolutely. Happy for you guys there. Fair. Glad to hear it worked out well. But I don't really like those. They always just look like they're gonna break down. If I were to do traveling again, I'd probably do it a little bit more like out of just an SUV. What's up, Ghosty? Yeah, no worries, Bill. At least for a while, I don't think I'm going to be doing a whole lot of traveling. I mean, I don't know what I'll do 10, 15 years down the road, but I've done a lot of traveling the last few years. So... guess it just doesn't feel like it sometimes. First marriage lasted 9 years, second's going on 15 years in October. Nice. Son-in-law have been married for 20 years. Yeah, JR, that's not you. That's how you know you found a real one, for sure. I mean, good things usually don't come easy, so. Anything worth having is worth working for. At least that's the way I think about it. we live 2 towns apart, Kat. We're about 45 minutes out from each other. We're about to live 20 hours apart, but for the last 5 years we've lived about 45 minutes apart. Although we were only actually friends for 3.5 of those years. Or coming up on 3.5 anyway. Yo, what up, Motley? To try and look out for Garrett and I know we're not always the easiest to reach, like especially with Discord. Like I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I just don't look at Discord like ever really. So it just means that it's not because I'm trying to ignore anybody. I just don't look at Discord really. Taking off, but Garrett's staying. We got a new vehicle. We're literally going to start getting it prepped tomorrow. This is going to be the first day working on it. We got a lot of work to do, but we're going to get it dialed in so he can continue to the best of his ability. We are getting pretty close, just outside of Winslow, Arizona now. Where we're going to be stopping for a little bit, but sounds good, Farrah. Yeah, it's pretty flat up here in this part of Arizona. Pretty flat and pretty boring. Just trying to think of a good spot to go do them at. fixed our window a few weeks ago. All those names, all the decals on the back window got taken out, and being on the road, I never got a chance to replace them. But all the names are going to be reordered to be put on Garrett's car. Although I want to do it a little bit different on his, and not have it stick out so much. Yeah, Karen, I mean, this is good terrain, I guess, in terms of flatness for storm chasing, but there are no roads out here. There's nothing, because this isn't farmland. You can't farm on this out here. It's just hard-packed, cactus-covered desert. Or shrub-covered desert. Yeah, Wyatt, I just really don't want to be the cause of a forest fire. Garrett's really adamant about, like, we have to do fireworks for your send-off. I'm like, okay, man. He's definitely making a bigger deal about my send-off than I am. My main concern is starting a forest fire. But I'm sure we'll find a good spot to do it. They've been getting rain recently too, so. Is cactus really Brandon Cock? No. Wyatt, I think if I accidentally started a forest fire, I'd end up in prison. So, sure, I'd end up on the news, but I'd also be behind bars. Probably one of the most fun trips that I've ever had. And that was one of the only times I ever actually really interacted with Vince either. I never really talked to him much. I sort of had a bad first impression with him, and that kind of ruined stuff there for a while, and then eventually things were fine, and then, you know, just never really talked to him much. Would you look at that? There's a Lowe's here. I will, Twyla. Like I said, it was the same thing I was worried about last year when we were setting off fireworks. Like, yeah, it was fun, but I'm like, God, I don't want to start a fire on accident, please. I just wish that somehow fireworks weren't flammable. And I know literally the name makes no sense at all for it to not be flammable, but you know what I'm saying. Oh yeah, this thing looks brand new. Hell yeah. This place looks nice. Alright, let's see if Garrett remembers his gas tank is on the right side. Yeah, Linda, I think that was the day that he stopped hating me. That's all good. It's all in the past. I don't hold grudges like that. I'm cool with everybody. I don't have beef with anybody out here. Or I never did, but I'm gonna say out here. I'm not even out here anymore. Yeah. Hi, I was wondering, do you guys carry the power drive inverters there at your location? Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Bye. Damn it! Why did none of them out here carry them? Maybe I missed my opportunity. Maybe. Yeah, they don't seem to carry them. I'm gonna try Williams, but it was the same thing as this one, where they're like, we carry Cobra and Duracell. They don't carry power drive. I swear I see the power drive ones everywhere else. Hi, I was wondering, do you guys carry the power drive, power inverters there at your guys' location? Okay. Sorry, Chad, just waiting to hear back on this. I'm on hold.
Oh, you're live?
Yeah, I've been live. Okay. Gotcha. Is it just the 3,000 watt one that you guys have, or? Okay. Gotcha. Thank you. Bye-bye. They all only carry that Cobra one. So if I was going to get what I wanted to get, I should have gotten it in another state, because I guess they don't sell them here.
Saturday, Sunday. Here, can I see the controller? Do Loves no longer sell that type anymore?
But I don't think they carry them in the state.
Oh, they upgraded their game to return to 4.
You're on 4.
Oh, I'm on 4?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't even know it's on 4.
I should probably stop sitting here blocking gas pumps for no reason.
What's wrong?
I said probably should stop sitting here blocking gas pumps for no reason. I was trying to see if anybody carries them in person, but they don't.
Alright, you're good now.
I'll just have to think about what I want to get.
Can we just like search on Google power inverter 2000 watt brisket? Easy. Oh, I forget. Harbor Freight has theirs, but I don't know how good that one is.
It's got, I see 2000 watt, the Jupiter one. Like,
Huh?
I see the Jupiter one that's got good ratings. It's just not. You'll have to reach back and flip the switch on and off.
Oh, here's that one though we have in the back. Here it is.
Yeah, it's on Amazon though, isn't it?
185.
I'm not sure how soon I could get here. So.
Oh, Lowe's has it.
Not in person. Or not in store.
Home Depot has it.
Again, probably not in store.
You can order it on DoorDash.
Are you done pumping?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna start wiping down. I didn't want to block you guys.
Oh no, you're good. We're about to leave. Yeah.
Hey, you didn't have to leave, so.
Okay, no, it's all right. That is annoying. adjust to the absence of having that inverter. I really like the fact that these things have Bluetooth in them. That's one of the things I really like about it. So I'm just like, why can't it have it? officially 2 hours from home. Oh boy, 2 hours to go. Excuse me. I didn't think you'd be here. With an inverter that doesn't, I'm looking at getting a Jupiter brand power inverter, because that's one of the only ones I can get in person, like I can pick up today probably. Would that be something that I could wire a separate switch to, that I could like wire a switch up front to allow Garrett to just flip it on and off so he didn't have to reach back? Because my concern is that he forgets to turn off the inverter, wakes up one morning and his battery's dead. You know what I mean? Copy that, Sonia. Sorry, I asked that and then I got distracted because I didn't remember seeing him, so I didn't think he'd be here. But yeah, that's my question: is with a normal inverter that just has a switch on the inverter itself, and it just comes with the cables and everything, simple setup. Is there a way to wire an inverter into it? Holy crap! Why are there 15-mile-an-hour headwinds right now? This is ridiculous. Yeah, well, the speed thing doesn't work half the time. Karen, probably. God, I'm so over driving into headwinds. I'm so done driving this car long distance. It's just so slow. I'm having to hold it at 3,500 RPM just to maintain 75 miles an hour. Like this. Gotcha. That's what I like about the power drive ones. That with Bluetooth, you just flip it on and off. I gotcha. Okay, that's all right. I'd give him the 1 out of mine, but 2 out of the 4 outlets are cooked on this thing. I don't want to start him off with a partially broken inverter. That doesn't make any sense. But it's okay. It's all right. Rich, it's okay. We didn't, did we have the car yet? I'm not sure if we had the car yet at that point. Maybe we did. I don't know. Yeah, StormRunnerMedia@gmail.com. Rich, I just have to go back and find it. That could definitely be useful. Now, it was at that point, Rich, when you had sent me that info last time that I had kind of started just giving up on this car. I was like, I don't really want to put any more work into it. I don't want to buy any new stuff for it because I knew where it was going to end up. Feel free to email it over, JR, if you want to. But like Rich said, it might be the same thing he sent me already, so I don't want to waste your time either. Okay, Rich, yeah, if you don't mind, I'll take a look at it. See you, Earth. Thanks for tuning in. Less than 2 hours, just give me some power, please. Starting to consider that maybe that the catalytic converters probably are clogged. I mean, because this thing, just the more I drive it, the more down on power it feels like it is. Hope I'm not losing compression. Virtual tourist, something like that. I'll be helping out when I can, just for Garrett's sake, but essentially I'm quitting. Are they hot? I don't know. I haven't gone out and I'll have them looked at soon. She'll get me home. The fact that I'm struggling to do 70 now, I feel like that's a sign that something's wrong. I appreciate it, Saj. It's just doing what it always does, and we've got like a 15-20 mile an hour headwind, which means it's really slowing me down. And it's just getting windier the further west I drive. Assuming do that when it's cold. Well, maybe not when it's cold, but not when I'll potentially burn myself. Hey Amanda, I'm doing alright. How are you? About that, Andy. Thought somebody there had jumper cables though. Back to Arizona at some point, Yvonne. Always fun times, isn't it? Yeah. Yep. Slowly going uphill. I'm fighting 20 mile an hour headwind. I'm not aerodynamic in the slightest. And yeah. Yeah, Mar, unfortunately this is the wrong car to raid now. All of the potential raidable snacks are in the car behind me.
1
I don't know. It's usually Garrett's snack box that gets rated. I don't really keep snacks. Rate the cheese spot. Didn't mean it like that. Oh, brother. Am I out of coffee cakes? No, I'm just I ate earlier. I really need to get off those things. I say that like it's an addiction, but it kind of is. Those things are terrible for you, but damn it if they're not delicious. I don't understand how they keep them, like, they're so fresh, that they taste so fresh that, like, you ever had a cake that literally is, like, moist, kind of, like, it's not dry at all? That's what they're like. It's like a slightly moist coffee cake, and it's, like, one of the best things I've ever had in my life. Sonia, I'm like, why does all the bad food have to taste good? Why can't they make healthy food that tastes as good as the bad food does? I don't understand. anybody else, these are just, it's not really anything broken, it's just this, it's just getting aggravating how slow this car is. I'm really just fed up with it. I've been dealing with it for so long. And then having driven Garrett's car a little bit, it just floats through this like nothing. And I'm just like, why is my car the only car that just like gets a little bit of headwind and it's just like trying to drive through a brick wall? I don't understand why or how something can be built so unaerodynamically. And I get it, it's probably my fault because I lifted it, but I'm like, I never hear of anybody else having this significant issues just by lifting their car 3 inches. That's not even like I'm running oversized tires anymore. They're literally the stock size. So I don't get why I'm constantly having to get passed by everybody just because I don't have the power to keep up. So it's just more frustration than anything, rather than anything being broken. So I don't want to waste an actual mechanic's time being like, my car's slow. It's like, well, doesn't mean it's broken, it just means I have bad decision making skills. Very true, Jay. Very true. That's awesome, Andrea. Thanks for tuning in real quick. Hope you guys are all having a good 4th of July if you celebrate. From my perspective, it looks like it, and that makes me really happy to see. I want him to get used to that car. Yeah, 90 minutes and I should be home, guys. Probably closer to 100, but probably about 90 minutes. Jay, I think he's considering staying down here for the monsoon season. Aside from As far as what Garrett's plans are, I believe he's planning on staying down here for the monsoon. Chases out that way are going to be fewer and far between, or further between. Monsoon season seems to be going relatively big this year thus far, so he might have a little bit more interesting content to make out of it compared to the previous years where it was really quite boring. Said I would never do it again, but I don't know. It's his home state. He really enjoys the monsoon, so he may just decide to hang out down here for a while until hurricane season starts to ramp up. And even then, it sounds like he's a little bit hesitant to drive his car out for a hurricane. Amanda, I really appreciate that. I'm hoping so too. Sounds good, Sherry. Damn it. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that could happen for like hurricane intercepts and stuff, but with them both having their own channels, both, you know, very substantial channels now, it would not be wise for Garrett to just give up on that and just go work for Brandon. Oh, were they really? I'm heading to Oregon, leaving July 8th. If I can. Well, not if I can. I have to leave on July 8th. Oh, absolutely, Beach Bum. Absolutely. Just getting there is, it just seems like literally everything is slowing me down, including the fact that this car can't go the speed limit. And like Garrett said, I'm just tired and frustrated. So. Because I'm kind of dreading it because this is how it's going to be the whole way home. Because we're driving this home first. So. Unless I can get a nice tailwind the whole way, but I know that's not going to happen. Yeah, I don't know how much Redman goes out for hurricanes. I don't know if there's much of a photography opportunity with hurricanes, usually. I barely understood that, but you there? What's up? I'm gonna go down 17. I figured you were going to go home and we just meet up this evening for fireworks. Didn't get any of that. I'm going to be real with you, I didn't get any of that. I think we're too far away from each other. You're just going to go down 17? Yeah, there's no reason for me to go 40. What about the handheld? I wonder if they have better range when they're talking to the other handheld. But I don't know why that'd make a difference. It's on the same frequency. Are you still holding it really close to your mouth when you're talking? Frustrating thing. Why did he have to lose that radio? Dude, there was such a that would have been made communicating this whole drive so much easier. Then he dropped the radio out of his door. I mean, to be fair, that was an insane tornado.
My phone call with Ben because now I can use it.
Gotcha.
Now there's a stupid handheld. I've been having to hold it close to my mouth so you can actually hear me.
Well, a lot of people in chat were saying it's because you're holding it so close to your mouth. That's why it's all like weird for me. So I was like, try holding it a little bit further away. But were you doing that before and I couldn't hear you? No, not really. I think those handhelds are just pieces of crap. That one was better.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, whatever you were doing, that's way better.
Okay, so I need to hold it like this too, okay.
Yeah, I don't know how you're holding it, but now I can hear you pretty clearly.
Oh, okay, well, there have been accident by like 20 cars.
Yeah, they're going to be out of range pretty immediately. I mean, the other one won't. See You Again by Charlie Puth and Wiz Khalifa. Pretty cinematic shot right there. We'll have to go back and watch it on the stream later. I just got a pretty cool shot of that. Just because of where we each live, the faster way to get home for each of us is different. Like it would take him an extra half an hour to get home if he went this way. It would take me an extra half an hour to get home if I went that way. So I'll go meet up with him when it's firework time.
lose you on that other race.
Oh yeah, I can't even. I haven't heard you key up once since you pulled away. So if you said anything, it's not even reaching me.
But I mean, yeah, I guess that's surprising by the way it's not. I mean, wouldn't the radio rate supposed to be like 20 miles? 20 miles?
That's a stretch, and even then, if it actually is 20 miles, that is 20 miles of completely flat land with zero obstructions, and you might be able to hear the other person on the other end, just barely.
Man, if you're stranded in the middle of the wild, I guess you're screwed.
Yeah, you probably want something more significant than those if you're stranded out in the middle of nowhere. To be fair, it's like a $25 walkie. It's not going to be anything crazy. But yeah, I was hoping it would have been clear enough for us to at least caravan together and not have any issues, but I don't know. How far out from the house are you? Live in Oregon, how to get to Arizona was at college. Yeah, Garrett and I went to school together in Arizona. That's how we met. Got a meteorology degree in college. Bill, there would not be. I think my buddy Sean is potentially going to fly down and do that drive with me. The good old monsoonal southwesterlies. Man's worst enemy. I can tell you what probably will be streamed is the the drive of this from Arizona to Oregon.
Overspeed.
Yeah, Julia, I'll have a, I'll bring the stream phone with me. Or if I don't, I'll use my phone if I have to. Well, maybe not, I don't know. If Garrett comes with me, it'll be easier to bring the stream phone. If he doesn't, I'll just bring it, and then first thing I'll just overnight it back down to him. Hopefully he won't need it for a few days, because he'll have the rest of the entire setup and his phone to stream with if he needs it. Run a stream off of Verizon and Starlink. Starlink should be able to carry us through that whole drive. So him and I have to discuss whether or not he's coming with me. I told him, the invite's open. If he wants to come with me, he's more than welcome to. Just once we get up to Oregon, he's pretty much going to have to leave immediately, because I'm not going to be able to stay and hang out with him really at all. I'm immediately going to have stuff to do, so. Yeah, Amanda, I hope so, or I hope not too. I'm going to just ward off the bad energy there. I don't want anything to do with it. But that next stream will not have this camera, it won't have this camera, it won't have all the bells and whistles that our streams normally have. We'll just be back to a old school phone in the window stream, probably with periodic overheating. How long have I been big brother to Garrett? Well, first off, he's older than me by almost 2 years. I know it might not seem like it, but he is older than me. But we've been working together for 3 years. But this year I just decided it wasn't for me to continue anymore. Holding a sign. Dude, if you do all that, we'll pull off and say hey to you. If you actually put in the effort to do that, pull off and say hi if you wanted us to. The phone overheating, not the car, hopefully. Please, no, I don't want to deal with it. The only overheating I've dealt with so far, knock on fake leather, and it's hot outside and I have the AC on. My fans in this, for some reason, damn it, dude. Ugh, stop with the failing. I don't understand why it keeps failing. About to boot me off there, yeah. Or the coder's offline. There it goes. Yeah, there's just the fans in this thing don't work very well. Just keeps resetting internet sources. I don't understand what's happening. progress. I am almost home. 59 miles, and I'm at my house that I have not been to in a quarter of a year. Though I've made several trips home to Oregon, and between this time, this is the longest stretch that I've ever been away from my Arizona house. Not by much, because last year was 2.5 months, but... Sorry I missed this, but Tanith, thank you so much for your PayPal. Really appreciate your support, Tanith. I'm sorry I don't get notifications for PayPal very often, so I have to remember to go check those, but thank you. Close to the Grand Canyon years ago. I stayed in Munns Park. It's beautiful. Yeah, Munns Park is a really nice area. In our early days, Garrett and I would work snowstorms up here along the 17 corridor, pretty much from about here to Flagstaff. Munns Park always got hit the heaviest. It shouldn't be, Candace. I have roommates, so. I don't know about the state of my room, though, because I guess literally since the time I closed my door, beginning of April, no one has gone in there. And that place, my room could be spider infested for all I know. Actually, no, there was one time early on, like a month after I left, that my roommate went in and she had to turn one of my computers on for me. And that was it. I appreciate that, Adam. I'm gonna miss seeing you in chat too. Global headquarters. Holy crap, this dude's just slamming on his brakes. Will the global headquarters of SRM stay in Arizona? For now, I'd be willing to bet at least through this winter they will. I have a feeling if this goes well for Garrett, getting through the rest of the summer into the fall, going through hurricanes, and I think if he can gain his confidence doing winter coverage, that'll be what it takes for him to gain the confidence to move out east and potentially move in with one or some of the others, for all I know. But I know there's also a possibility that his future donations here and there. Yeah, I'll definitely keep it open. I'm probably probably just gonna continue to use the same ones and then just kind of manage that for Garrett, kind of separate donations for StormRunner Media versus if anything's tagged like for me, like I'll know that I got them either because they'll have a message for me or because, you know, I was attached to some video or stream I did. So this PayPal will stay open because I think I'm just going to keep using the same accounts. Maybe I won't, but either way, I'll keep it open. I don't know if it'll be used for the StormRunner Media donations. But it's just easy because everything's already set up to be connected to the business bank account and all that stuff. Sounds good, Elaine. I'll only be live for like the next 20 minutes or so. Yeah, I know Connor lives in OKC. He lives with Brandon Payne. A while ago, Connor and I think Freddie were proposing the idea of a like sort of like a pseudo content house. It wouldn't necessarily be like a content house, like where we're all collabing on content to all make money together. It'd just be like you get a bunch of storm chasers, rent out a big house, and you just all live there. I was against that idea pretty much the entire time, and I'm honestly kind of glad that it didn't happen, because I feel like there's certain people where you're just better off not living with them. Like, just I can just kind of tell when personalities are just going to clash, and I hate to see friendships ruined over that. When you kind of overstep the boundary and decide to live together, it's like you can only hang out with certain people for so long. Michelle, that's better than nothing, right? So if we send dollars to Garrett, he won't get. No, he'll get it. He'll get it. All I was saying was I was considering just leaving, because the three accounts that we use, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, I converted my personal account to be used for the business. So like if I'm paying for something personally, I'm using those same accounts, but mainly they were used for the streams. And all I was saying was because all of those accounts are already all verified, they're already all linked to our like the business bank account where those donations end up. I was considering just even though I'm not there actively in the car, just keeping the donation links the same and managing that side of it for Garrett, just as a courtesy. Like, so any donations that Garrett gets on his stream, obviously he'll get those. They'll just be routed through technically my account, and I would just sort of become the direct donation financial manager, so to speak. Because especially with PayPal, sometimes it can be kind of a pain to get stuff verified. For some reason, I've had a lot of issues in the past. So part of me just doesn't want to touch anything and just leave it the way it is. But I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, no. Garrett will definitely get any donations that get sent on the StormRunner Media streams. From here on, I won't be touching. Have 50% ownership of the business. I just won't be making money from said business because I won't be really doing much of the work. I mean, say I edit, like I actually spend like days and days editing a video for him, and by some miracle it happens to go viral, I'd probably want a cut of that. But I'm not gonna, you know, Garrett's one of my best friends. I'm not going to sit there and play hardball with him. A lot of the little stuff I plan on doing, as long as I'm able to, I plan on just doing as a favor. Please don't leave. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's already pretty much over and done with now. As soon as I get home, I'm going to start taking the 4Runner apart. So, at least least in terms of stream equipment and some of the recovery equipment and whatnot. I'm just going to start taking stuff out, taking stuff off the roof. I'd like to be helpful to SRM somehow. Hey, Inter 10, good to see ya. Yeah, fair. I'm going to. I'm gonna put together a whole post, you know, about this car. That I'll probably post on Facebook and Instagram. Well, thank you for tuning in, Vanilla Phil. This has been quite an adventure that this car has taken us all on. 225,000 miles of storm chasing this car has done. 225,000 miles over the course of 3 years. And though it has pissed me off many times, it has saved my life several times as well. Experiences I wouldn't trade for anything. Yeah, I'm making a change now, but it doesn't mean that I value everything that we've done any less. I mean, there's a YouTube channel with 110,000 subscribers literally built around this vehicle. It was named after it. So gotta say something. All those miles and many windshields. Yes, I believe this is windshield number 7 or 8. Yeah, I'm gonna miss everybody too, Holly. Very much so. I'll still be around, guys. Just not in the way you guys are used to, but I'll still be around. But yeah, Cinderly. Ironically, her last month in the field was by far the craziest. Several absolutely insane, violent tornadoes. Multiple windows blown out by DVD-sized hail. Almost getting stuck on several roads. Even did a little bit of vehicle recovery. Sorry. Thank you, Farah. Farah, no caps, please. You're allowed to AC. Sorry, I think I missed a little bit. Letting me join in. Thank the world of you and wish you the best of everything. Safe 4th tonight, and I'll see you on the 8th. Sounds good. Well, you guys should see us tonight on the 4th. At least StormRunner Media members. And the reason we're doing it that way is we've kind of started a tradition of doing a members-only stream on the 4th of July, so at least there's not a chase. And, you know, in this situation, there are no chases. I see, Andy, I see. Yeah, Bill, is very cool to get to meet a few of our viewers. No. Basically, I'll probably try to pop out for a hurricane this year. I don't know which one, but I'll probably try to do one. But as far as like active chasing, that has ended. That my last chase was June 28th. Storm Chaser. What's been my favorite tornado that I've chased? Probably, ironically, the last one. The last tornado I've chased to this point, Gary, South Dakota. Literally, it was like maybe a football field away from me, and it was doing the wobble thing. I've never seen that, and there are people who have been out there chasing for 15 years who have never seen that. And then just it rapidly intensified as it crossed that road. I mean, it was just tearing the earth up. It was violent. Second is Wellfleet / Dickens, Nebraska. It was Dickens, Nebraska, but nobody wants to call it that, so everyone's calling it Wellfleet. Crazy for leaving. I don't know, man. There are parts of full-time storm chasing that are overrated, to be honest. To be 100% real with you. But I don't know. I know I'm the outlier here. Thank you, Sonia. That's really sweet. I appreciate it. Yeah, I guess it did do a corkscrew. Just from my vantage point, I couldn't tell if it was just wobbling back and forth or if it was actually doing like an actual corkscrew motion. It was really difficult to tell. Just from my perspective, it almost looked 2D. Let's watch the start of the flood of the Grand Canyon. Yeah, I wish I would have had a better camera to zoom in on that. That was really cool. To see how fast that front wall was just shooting down into the canyon. That was great. It's time to change mechanism. We all have. I'll fill that point for him. Yep, Rich, that's very true.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Appreciate.
My dad was just asking me, what was the? You don't understand.
Garrett's dad does not understand. your dad doesn't understand.
You have to understand what's the issue with getting a roof rack.
The actual, because the car didn't come with side rails. Like usually, if you're getting a roof rack for a car, it'll already have side rails stock up there. The police versions didn't come with side rails, so as far as I know, there's nowhere to bolt a roof rack to the roof itself. There's no pre-drilled holes. I guess you could get creative and drill holes yourself, but yeah, it's just police interceptors don't have side rails usually. So
Yeah, that's something that you like, well, that's how you do it. You install it yourself. But like, okay, I didn't think it was like that easy. But
I mean, I guess it'd be easy to drill holes, but then you just got to worry about, I mean, you have issues with roof racks that already have pre-drilled holes and they leak. I can't imagine what you'd be dealing with without it. Like, I mean, I guess that's something that you and your dad could do, but I wouldn't be comfortable doing that.
well, I think you talked about doing that for more security. I mean, we're already going to have to drill through the roof.
Well, yeah, but like more towards the center, not where I could like leak in, like in between, like where mine used to leak, like down my seatbelt and stuff. You don't want water getting in there in that space. And with a roof rack, you're going to have to drill right on the edge of the roof lining. Okay, Sherry, I will. That's probably not going to be for multiple years, but I will. Assuming that happens.
Okay, gotcha. He was just talking to you like, so are you guys doing a roof rack? And I said, I don't know. It's a deal. Thinking about it. And then he was talking about that there's issues with doing a roof rack on these cars. So I was like, I'll just have to ask him.
I'm trying to think of how much stuff you'd really need a roof rack for. I mean, Starlink mount that comes magnetic, or you can just not put the magnets in there and you can just drill 4 holes and have that thing bolted to your roof if you want to do it that way. The Wii Boost is a incredibly strong magnetic mount. If you were to put a Tempest weather flow sensor up there, I've got 2 of those 3 like triangle shaped magnet mounts. I don't know if you remember, we used them when we put stuff on the roof of the Forester. I have 2 more of those in my room that I never used that we can use those for. The only thing that ripped those off was a power line, so that's what I was planning on doing. And then as far as everything else, I mean, the cell booster antennas for the bell box, if you even wanted to run those, I mean, you don't necessarily have to, but those are magnetic as well. So I figured the majority of stuff you won't even need a roof rack for.
What if I was to run those, what if I had to do those things that you use for snow recovery?
You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. I wouldn't even waste your time with them because it seemed like every time we used them, they never even worked. I think there's one time that I can remember in Flagstaff when they worked, and that was when they were brand new. But then after that, they got dull and they don't work anymore. So if I wouldn't invest in them, but like I said, I can look into it if you really want a roof rack. I never even really found a good one that is made for the Explorers, but I can do some research. It wouldn't be anything that could get there by the time I leave, though. bolts up front. The problem is there are not bolts in the rear. That's your issue.
Right. I mean, I don't even know what. I don't know what to order, what to do. I'm lost. So, I mean, I'm just going by what people say at this point.
I say, just let me get home. I'll look for stuff. I wasn't planning on going the roof rack route because I figured there was a reason that none of the others did either. I didn't know you wanted one that bad.
Oh no, not something my dad had mentioned.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'd have him look at it. I mean, maybe there's bolting points underneath the weather stripping, but that wouldn't really make sense to me. So I just think that the police versions just didn't get them because the police don't. They put light bars up on the front. There's bolts on the front, but there's nothing in the back half for you to fully secure a roof rack on them because police cars don't have roof racks. So usually, at least the Interceptors. The SSVs would have them sometimes. Just the regular government vehicles, but if they were specifically police edition, they don't have them. Jibrad, no, I'm not. Eventually, that's the goal. I hope to be within a few years, but not right now.
Yeah, I forget why Freddie went the roof rack route again.
Because I told him to. I mean, yeah, just because I figured with what he, he wanted to put a cover over his Starlink, and he wanted a way to mount lights up on the roof, and he wanted a big light bar up front. The roof rack was the easiest way to do that for him, but you're going to get your front light bar in the form of it being bolted to your push bar, so you'll still have one. It just won't be up on the roof. The roof racks, depending on what vehicle, can be very, very helpful. I've quite enjoyed having mine, but I just feel like that's unnecessarily complicating things and adding.
I did not hear that. Pretty much that whole thing.
I basically just said I felt like it worked better for his car. Brazy Fireworks, safe travels back north, DL. It's been a pleasure to watch you over the last year. Thank you so much, Brooke. I appreciate all your support in the streams and everything. Yeah, thank you. Should be live again on this channel around the 8th, 9th. Just from a phone. Much more simple stream. Probably not as good a connectivity either, but it'll be something. I'll tell you that much, it will be something. Although the new chase car won't have a metal plate on the roof like the 4Runner has. Well, it won't need one because the Garrett's car doesn't have a sunroof. The only reason I put a giant metal plate on my roof. I'm actually probably getting ready to go take that off right now, so because that thing is rusted to hell. I'm not going to get rid of it though. Probably just try to sand it down, restore it, just keep it for I don't know what, honestly. I mean, maybe there's another chaser out there with a 4Runner somewhere that it's like, hey, I want a way to protect my sunroof. Maybe if Paige ever decides to chase and her 4Runner, if it has a sunroof. But seriously, thank you all so much for joining me on this drive. I've got about 20 minutes till I get home, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, but I seriously could not have asked for a better group of people to be viewers on my channel, on the StormRunner Media channel. Everything you guys have done for us over the years, you guys made what at one point was my dream career possible. And I will never be able to say enough thank yous for that to have happened. I'm pretty sure I said that sentence wrong, but it's okay. Yeah, appreciate you guys, love you guys, y'all are the best. Deborah, thank you for the PayPal. If I didn't say that already, I think I did, but if I didn't, thank you. StormRunner Media members, we'll plan on seeing you guys tonight, at least for a little bit, maybe just for like an hour or so, launching some fireworks, assuming we can find somewhere to do them. Countywide fire restriction in effect. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your 4th of July. Again, if you're celebrating, happy Independence Day. Have fun tonight. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Appreciate you guys. I'll be talking to you guys soon. Idea totally your choice. Maybe also stream fireworks here on this channel. So, maybe still doing your fireworks send off. Yeah, I could look into a way to make that happen. I'll try to. Tell you what, if not, I'll take videos and I'll upload them on this channel. How about that? If I don't find a way to live stream to both at the same time, I will take a video and upload. Is that alright with everyone? Don't blow off any fingers, I won't.
How far are you away from the house?
20 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Alrighty. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. If you'd like to keep up with me or anything that I'm doing over the next little bit or even beyond, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys soon.